Welcome back, everybody. On the last episode, we got started on the end contracts of the region, Ordermaster Supreme and Cargopocalypse. On this episode, we're going to finish those two contracts and hopefully get a good chunk of the final Cargopocalypse Part 2 done. Let's get started. So we need to head back. Right now we're in Pedro Bay, but we need to head back to Mountain River so we can pick up 2 concrete slabs and we'll deliver those to the factory in White Valley. Let's go. Just up ahead is the gateway to White Valley. Let's get in there. Now that we're back to Mountain River, we can run down to the factory. That's the first turn on the left. We'll get those concrete slabs loaded up. Here we are. Just pull in here to the left this time. So we're going to take the back road out of here, so this will give us a better shot of leaving here. Okay, we'll load up 2 concrete slabs. We're going to take this back road and go past the service site and the sawmill. And then we can go right up to White Valley, right up the hill. This road definitely makes the trip across the map here a lot shorter, going across this little river. The Royal has been stuck in Pedro Bay for quite a while, so it's nice to get it back out of there and put it to work again on these other maps. Now pulling out of here, service site is on the left there, but we're going to turn right. The sawmill is just up ahead. We'll go straight through the sawmill again, come out the other side and go right up the hill to the gateway up there on the top. Here we are, heading into White Valley. And the factory is halfway down the road to the garage. It's where we can load up metal beams and concrete blocks. Follow the highway all the way there. Once we cross the bridge, we'll just keep going down the road to the left. Gotta take it easy on this hill though. Always get going too fast. And we made it to the factory. We'll just pull in here and get unloaded quick. Got a few trucks sitting here. Here's 1 and 2. Okay, from here, we still haven't been to the garage since we got the raised suspension for this truck. So I'm gonna sell this trailer off and recover back to the garage and get the 51-inch tires installed. All right, the stock suspension, it's time for you to go. We'll get that raised put on and we're gonna go down all the way to the bottom, put on the 51-inch tires, all chains, sell the 47s. Now we can leave the garage here. We've got a much taller truck. That should help us a little bit. We'll pick up a trailer. I'm gonna get the sideboard semi-trailer this time. And we're gonna head to the warehouse that's all the way at the end of the highway. So we'll follow this road around and it'll look like that. We're going all the way to the end to pick up large pipes. We've jumped back to the Cargopocalypse contract. We'll get started on hauling these 3 large pipes over to the warehouse in Mountain River. Just up ahead is the warehouse. Now that we're here, we'll just grab a large pipe, get turned around. I'm gonna top off on fuel before I go. Once again, we have another fuel trailer that we barely used, but it's always nice to have it here for the moments that you do need it. And I'll mark out the direction we're going. So we're gonna head up the highway, then we're gonna cut up the mountain pass, go across the top, back down the other side, and head up the highway again. It'll look just like that. So I usually try to get some momentum going before I cut left into the mountain pass because it's a pretty steep hill, and if I can keep it in high gear, it'll help me to get up it a little bit easier. So here's the mountain pass, got it in high. We're gonna try to just keep the engine pegged. No, it didn't take me very far. Like I said, it's steep. The big long pipes are kind of heavy. We can still make it up. It just takes a little bit longer. And then once we reach the Y in the road here, we can just cut sharp to the left, go up over the snowbank, and then right up over the top. I actually prefer to go straight down this instead of following that little road to the left there, because it gets soft on that corner and you tend to tip over. If you go straight, well, I almost tipped over here. I'm gonna use my crane to push this thing back up. I'll get it wedged in the ground there. That should help. So there's a dip right there. You kind of have to straddle it correctly or else you can tip over there too. Both ways are basically at risk of tipping over. But if you come straight down the hill, it gives you a little better shot leaving without having to turn sharp around that guardrail. Now we'll just head up the highway and into Mountain River, go to the warehouse, take this corner back to the bridge and right up through the gateway. All right, now we're in Mountain River. Show you the path we're taking. Head down the highway past the gas station, take the turn off that goes down below the hill, below the bridge, and then back up the other side into the warehouse. Pretty easy. So we'll just start by turning left out of the gateway and go right around the mountaintop. We'll go past the gas station and then back down the other side and down to the riverbed. The warehouse is just ahead. We'll pull in here and drop this off, and then we'll take a quick peek at the contracts list Cargopocalypse Part 2 requires 4 concrete slabs and 8 bricks, and we'll be loading them here and taking them back to White Valley to the warehouse where we've been getting these long pipes. We'll get a jump start on it by loading up 1 brick and 2 concrete slabs, and we can start hauling these back while we're working on Part 1, doing both at the same time. So I'll get topped off on fuel there real quick, and then I'll turn around. Just gonna make a loop around right here in the warehouse and head right back down the hill, right back up to the gateway. So basically this is 3 trips back and forth. We're gonna try to haul cargo both directions so that we don't have to do it 6 times. Going across the riverbed, back up the other side. I do have my cargo unpacked because it's really heavy. With this truck, it's struggling for sure. But leaving it unpacked takes some of the weight penalty off, and it's more stable. You do what you gotta do when you have underpowered trucks. Here's the White Valley gateway. So we're just gonna retrace our steps by going down the hill across the bridge, take that first immediate right on the other side, and we'll follow the highway down until we get to the mountain pass shortcut that goes up over the top. And we'll cruise right up over the top, and back down the other side will be the warehouse. So it's not really a long trip per se, but just a couple challenges, mainly being the mountain pass. And now we've reached that turnoff, so we'll take a right here, and I will follow the road up, even though it's a little bit tipsy. I think if I stay to the right of the tracks, it shouldn't be as bad. Definitely struggling to get up here though. There we got going. Going up over the top, like I said before, we'll take that sharp right turn, go down the other side, and we're back. Now we can't turn these in, but we can unload them here since we have a mini crane. So we'll just start piling them off to the side, and then after we finish the Part 1 of Cargopocalypse, we'll be able to come back here and activate Part 2, and we can just load this stuff up and turn it in. Doesn't have to be pretty. We'll sort it all out later. Now that we've got that unloaded, we can grab another large pipe and then repeat the process. So it's 3 trips are basically the same each way. I'll grab some fuel, turn around, and we'll head back out. Go right up the mountain pass again. We'll see if we can make it up there in one shot this time. I unpack the pipe, take some of the weight off, we'll see if it helps. It's definitely looking better. Still stopped at the same point though. Just doesn't quite have enough power to get over that hump. And we're up here at the top. We'll take a left here again, and I'll follow the road this time so we don't tip over in that dip. I think I was pushing my luck last time with that. But then I have to make sure I swing wide at the bottom here so I don't get hung up on this guardrail. Seems to be doing just fine. We'll head up the hill and meet you at the warehouse again in Mountain River. Okay, we're back to Mountain River. We'll just take a left and follow the top of the mountain back down the other side into the warehouse. And down to the riverbed now, across the bottom. It does start getting a little bit tore up through here after we've made this trip a couple times. So it's always good to try to keep your wheel tracks away from the previous ones so it doesn't just make one big rut through there. And we'll get this unloaded and do the same as before. We'll load up 1 brick and 2 concrete slabs. Now we can turn around and head out of here again. Just topped off on fuel one more time. Go right out the bottom. This is where the ruts start to form, so you got to watch that. The rest is pretty much easy work. And we're back to White Valley again. Same as before, go all the way around and across the mountaintop, back down to the warehouse. Here's the mountain pass to the right. I'm just gonna keep taking the road, staying to the right side. That time went a lot better than the last time. Didn't power out through there. And then turning right, we'll go down the other side. Almost got hung up on that tree, and we're back to the warehouse. So taking that mountain pass does cut a lot of time off the trip. It's a little bit riskier, but sometimes risk equals reward, right? As long as you manage the risk and you don't tip over. We'll get this stuff unloaded right away. And same as before, it doesn't have to be pretty. Just want to get it out of the trailer. Then we can load up the 3rd and final large pipe and repeat the same process. We have all of the concrete slabs here now, so we just need to bring back 6 more bricks. We'll double stack the last one, and then we'll have everything here to complete Cargopocalypse Part 2 when we come back next time. So for the 3rd time, we'll take the mountain pass, go right up the other side, still doing okay. Then we can take our sharp left turn here at the top, right up over the top. As long as we don't get stuck on that tree, we're good. And then I'll follow the road back down. Whoop, I almost tipped it. The pipe fell out. I'll go down to the bottom here and grab it. Okay, we got that loaded. Let's get out of here. We're back to Mountain River again. So as you can see, it's a lot of repeating the same trip, but by hauling cargo back, we only have to repeat it 3 times instead of 6. And that's what makes the biggest difference with these last 2 contracts, the Cargopocalypse Part 1 and 2. Otherwise it turns into a very rigorous, monotonous journey back and forth across these 2 maps. We're back to the warehouse. Struggling with power, so I was just alternating my all-wheel drive on and off. Alright, we'll get this one turned in. We've been promoted to rank 29. We've got $23,600 from that one contract. And then now all we need to do is load up 6 bricks. So we got 5. I'm gonna unpack and raise that front brick up, get it up in the air so we can get another one loaded there. Now I'll drop it back down and just leave it right there on the front. I'll get turned around just like before and we'll head straight out the same way we came. We're gonna activate Cargopocalypse Part 2. 4 concrete slabs and 8 bricks, and we have everything. So we just have to take these back to the warehouse in White Valley, and then we'll complete that contract. Then the only thing left will be to finish Ordermaster Supreme. We already did like half of it, so that should be fairly easy to finish. Just gonna go right back out the same way we came for the last time. This will be our last trip out of here in Alaska. We're almost done with the region. Fitting that we get to finish it with the Royal, since we didn't get to use it much at all in White Valley. And once again, back right up over the top, and we're here. Same as before, cross the bridge, over the mountain pass. As long as we don't tip over, we've got this in the bag. Shouldn't be too bad. We're back to the mountain pass. We'll hang a right here. Try to stay to the right side of the road again. Seems to help. And then cut across once we get over that. And just stay on the left to get the trailer pulled up. Going up over the top now. We're here. Time to turn all of this in and get loaded with everything that's on the ground and turn that into. So first we'll turn in the 5 on the trailer and grab anything, doesn't matter what. Start with this pile of concrete slabs that we have here. I'm gonna pack these and we can turn the next load in and then grab the final remaining pieces of cargo that are just sitting here and we'll get everything finished off. Last piece. Okay, Cargopocalypse Part 2 is complete, 18,850. The only thing we have left now is the Ordermaster Supreme, and it's just 2 cargo containers that we need to haul here to White Valley. The only place we can pick them up is in Northport. It's sitting out at the drill site. We're gonna drive this back to the port, grab 2 cargo containers and haul them into White Valley. Shouldn't be too difficult. It's a little bit of a drive from here, but it'll be just fine. I decided I'm gonna give it a shot on the last trip through here. We're gonna try and drive across the lake. We're right outside the drill site. We're gonna drive straight across to the log station. I don't know for sure how deep this is, but I know that it's solid ground because like I said before, my friend drove through here with the TranStar and didn't have any issues. I don't know if the snorkels are gonna be tall enough on the twin steer. We'll find out though. It got pretty deep, but the snorkels are still above the water line. Yeah, you can't argue with that. Look at this. They're plenty high. Just cruising right across. This is gonna save a lot of time. That worked out pretty good actually. Got a little bit deeper there in the middle by that rock, but it's already getting shallower again. And just on the other side here, we should be able to go right up this snowbank, hopefully. I haven't tried this before. Almost kind of looks like there might be a ridge there, but there's a tree right there that we can use to winch to if we need to. Well, I drove right up it, just put it in low and locked in the diff lock. I don't have all-wheel drive on this thing. That was awesome. I'm definitely taking that shortcut again in the future. That cut a lot of time off. And the snow's not deep here either. I'll just make sure that I watch out for stumps coming out the other side here. There are quite a few, but I think I can drive right between these 2. Heck yes. Look at that. I'll just cruise across and take our little exit out of here that we've been taking out of the log station. And then it's just a short trip from here to the port. It's doing okay through here. It's just going slow. Now we're back to the highway. Just down the road will be the port. Be there in no time. Okay, we're here. We'll just get loaded up with the 2 cargo containers and we'll top off with fuel and we'll head out of here and take the highway all the way up to the White Valley Gateway. Let's go. This is our last delivery of Alaska, and then I'll have to pull the trucks in. get everything ready to move to Tamir. Get started there. Alaska is a lot smaller than Michigan. I think we got the entire region done in just over half the amount of episodes. Tamir is going to be a whole new set of challenges. It's a much larger region. It has 4 maps also, but the maps are bigger. But like I said before, Alaska is my favorite region out of the base game, for sure. I thoroughly enjoy it. It's kind of, Michigan is a lot of fun. There's a lot of work there. And for the first real big part of our journey in Michigan, everything just seems to move so slowly before we get the trucks upgraded. And then when we get to Alaska, we get some new trucks, but then also the trucks we already have, a lot of them get upgrades to make them even better. And then we also get the high range gearbox, which speeds things up quite a bit. And there's a lot of highway driving in Alaska, so you are able to actually utilize the high range gearbox and enjoy moving along and getting things done a little faster. So the first drop off point we're going to is the oil rig service site, and that's going to be up across the bridge here. We'll take a right and we'll continue down the highway all the way down until we get to that service site. And then after that, we'll head to the airdrome, and that'll be it. Alaska will be complete. We still have Kodiak is sitting at the warehouse in Pedro Bay, and it has the log carrier trailer on it, which is expensive. It's like $14,100, I believe. So I'm definitely not going to leave that there. So I need to drive that back to the trailer store in Pedro Bay, get that sold back off. Other than that, any of the other trucks that have trailers, I'm just going to leave them. We'll forfeit those trailers. You might choose to drive them to a trailer store and sell them to get extra money, and that's totally fine. I've kind of just made a personal rule that I don't ever forfeit the log trailers because of how expensive they are, but I don't really get worried about the other ones. The 8-slot trailer that we purchased, that's also an expensive trailer. I might drive that to the trailer store in Pedro Bay and sell that back too. So the first drop off is right here. We'll get this turned in, and then from here we'll just back out, get turned around, and we'll continue down the highway, cross the long bridge. So we'll be going this way, and from here we'll head straight to the port. We're gonna take the same route that we took when we hauled the oversized heavy trailer here from this place. We'd be there in no time. Gonna turn right here, just like we did before. Gotta cross this, have to make a 3-point turn with this big school bus. And then we'll drive this around the corner. I'm gonna do the same as before and cut across through the fence, jump straight through here. There it is, and we'll turn this in. Been promoted to rank 30. Rank 30 is the maximum rank in the game, so we're done ranking up now. We got 31,000 from that contract. We'll recover this truck to the garage, and I'm gonna start recovering all of the trucks, and I'll meet you back here after I sell off those trailers. Recovering the last truck now, and now that everything's back to the garage, I did sell off the 8-slot trailer. It was $9,400, so I figured that was worth it. Let's get everything retained, and we're gonna move into Tamir, Drowned Lands. Let's go. I want to thank everybody that's came out for the Alaska series, and I appreciate all the support, and I'm looking forward to getting started here in Russia, and hopefully we'll see you all there on the first one when we explore Drowned Lands. Thanks for watching.